right, man. What's going on, everybody? This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West Hall, New York, under command of General Yohana. What we do every week is we bring the truth to our brothers and sisters so that they can get some understanding on the way to move forward, the understanding on the best way to strategize, the understanding on what's required in the law, and, you know, it gives them the foundation that we need to build everything on. And that's the brotherhood and sisterhood. So we do these classes every week to, you know, basically teach our brothers and sisters the truth according to the Bible. Now, the class today is titled Food Stamps, because that seems to be the biggest thing that's going on in Israel right now is these damn food stamps. So what I wanted to basically, the lesson that I wanted to teach on was, you know, that we have to come together or we're going to die. All right. Or unify or die. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to have to understand that emphatically. I don't know what emphatically means, but it seems like it fits this, the way that I'm talking right now. So emphatically, we're going to have to unify or die. All right. Or come together or die, or gather ourselves together. Whatever way you want to say it, we're going to have to do it. All right. Now, one of the scriptures that I wanted to go to first was Zephaniah 2:1. And then I got a video that I want y'all to listen to. And then after that, I'll come back and then we'll break down some more scriptures. All right. So you know which one I want. Zephaniah 2:1. Mm-hmm. Start in the chat, man. Anybody in there?
So let me go ahead and look that up for you real quick. All right, we got 10 comments. Give a shout out to the chat. We got Princess Nizam Anna. That is the possession and rib of priest and officer.
Your mic is over there.
Oh. Priest and officer 5K. Madabar checking in from New Orleans.
Shalom, Lord of Christ.
We got Dezarin checking in from Kenya.
We got Kenya in the building.
Just Art and Paint checking in.
Mm-hmm.
We got Salakia, if I mess up the name, but we got Roda, Tazadik Kwadash, Salakia, if I butchered the name. We got Yakar. We got Parah Banyamyan.
Yeah, shout out to all of y'all.
Damn right.
More people or no? That was it? We got more? Yeah?
It's like 23 in there already.
Man, let's get it, man. Hey, y'all coming in for this brotherhood class, man. Let's get it. Food stamps, man. Unify or it's over with, right? So, like I said, I want to read a scripture real quick to focus us in, but then also I want to go to a video. Then after the video, I'll come back with some more scriptures and then knock you over the head with the understanding, all right? Whenever you're ready.
Khan, this is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 2 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
Gather yourselves together.
Mm-hmm.
Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Yeah, see, that was a Bible right there telling us what we needed to do. But you know what? We ain't want to listen. You know who we want to listen to? We want to listen to politicians, right? We don't want to listen to the scriptures because we don't think that is something that is valuable to the coming together of Black people. You know how we feel like we're going to come together? Money. That's going to bring us together. Yeah, but who we going to give it to? Right? Money is going to make us come together. That's not going to work. What's going to work is what the Bible just said. And what did it say?
Gather yourselves together.
Mm-hmm.
Yea, gather together, O nation not desired.
Right. Everybody knows that we're not desired by nobody. You look on this earth, man, every single nation pretty much treats us the same, right? And so what we got to understand is that these other nations, they don't desire us in no kind of way. Now, do they like some of the things that we do? Yes. They do like the way you sing, the way you dance, the way you can make people laugh, the way you dress, the way you can do all of that kind of stuff. That's amazing. But do they desire you? No. Right. And so the Lord told us to come together because we are not desired. And since we are not desired by the other nations, then that's the thing that's going to be the thing that could galvanize us and bring us together. All right. You got the video?
Kind out of one kind.
All right, let's go. Let's see about what's going on with these SNAP benefits.
Kind out of one kind.
You may have to mute the mics on our side so it don't be no feedback. That green tea.
Aired out their frustrations.
I'm gonna tell y'all straight up like this. I just got that text that the link is definitely cut the fuck off for November. Y'all better stay the fuck out of my way in these stores. I'm walking out with carts and I'm not paying for shit. Trump, if you want motherfuckers start looting, it's gonna happen. Before my kids go broke in this bitch like Jock, I'm gonna be stealing like it ain't no tomorrow. I am going to go in that store, get everything I get regularly. I'm going to bag my shit up, swipe my link card. As soon as that bitch say, ain't no pending balance on there, I'm going to walk the fuck out. And I'm going to have one of my cousins with me that'll punch your ass so hard, you going to think a Jet 2 holiday hit your bitch ass if you think I ain't finna walk out that store.
It's been day 5, and I have not received no food stamps. My disability checks is on hold.
Why would you take away these people benefits? We literally just had to go home because everybody came into my grocery store. I work at Walmart. Everybody came into Walmart bum rushing, stealing, like filling up buggies, running out the store, like just putting all the groceries in their cart because he want to cut off my food stamps. Y'all, this shit is crazy. Like, I think y'all are getting y'all food stamps in November, or maybe some of y'all is not, but like, they literally just had to like do emergency evacuation at our store because everybody came in going crazy over like food for their kids and shit.
When it comes to some who don't receive food stamps, they will also offer their own perspective about the whole situation and food stamp shutdown. One man would point out how even those who don't receive food stamps will be affected, as he noted that there will be a chain reaction to those who supply food, like grocery stores, butchers, and farmers.
But just think about how big of a freaking disaster it's going to be on our economy, man. All it's going to take is just 1 month of people not getting their food stamps, and watch what happens in those grocery stores. Those meat prices is going to drop.
Now, outside of those who empathize for those who may lose their food stamps next month, some appear to not be so concerned, as one woman on X would write, an unpopular opinion that should be popular. If you can afford $100 nails, $100 fake lashes, and $200 hair extensions and the newest iPhone, then your food stamps need to be taken away. Now, unfortunately, this comment may mislead who food stamps impacts the most by mentioning extensions and fake lashes. According to the FRAC, white Americans make up 37% of food stamp participants, while black Americans make up 26%, followed by Hispanic Americans at 16%. Now, this recent announcement looks to be coming at an unfortunate time, as Thanksgiving, known as an event that highlights food and family, is taking place next month. According to reports, the only way to prevent
Here we go. Thanksgiving, huh? That's definitely going to come up because that's really one of the big reasons why they tripping. They want to spend all that money on that stupid turkey, that's nasty cranberry sauce, and them damn, we said, yeah. And that's the thing, man. That's why it's important that back in the back. That's why it's important that we come together, because think about it, right? Now the whole I think what's going on, and our sister had something in the comments. She said she's so embarrassed, and that's what Trump wants, so he can do martial law. Now, a lot of this stuff, to be perfectly straight up, I don't think that the government is going to be shut down by November. I think that what's going to happen is the Democrats are going to concede, and they're going to open the government back up. I don't think that it's going to end up being where, people are, I think that they always try to sell the fear of every single thing. And then everybody just, spirals out of control. Because remember, they said the same thing before when it was like, what was that thing when everybody was just going and grabbing all the toilet paper? It wasn't COVID, but it was something else.
No, I believe that was COVID.
It was COVID?
Sir.
But then it was something else where everybody started going, no, water. Remember when Philly didn't have no water? Remember when it was like an issue up there with the water and everybody was going crazy over the damn water and coming down here to Delaware and buying all the water? It ended up not being, they ended up fixing the water and everybody went back to nothing. You see what I'm saying? It's like, I think a lot of stuff be just people overreacting too fast. And I think that, to the sister's point, I think a lot of that is like, I don't know. The way I look at TV and the internet, I think it's just one big government psyop anyway. You know what I mean? To just see what we're gonna do so they can, it's like if a person can, how can a person predict your behavior? Remember I was always talking about this, like, how can a person predict your behavior? How if I was over you, how could I predict what you were gonna do whenever you was gonna do something? And I had full control over you. How could I predict your what you were going to do?
You asking me?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, Salakia, you will be able to do it by pretty much. I don't want to give it a blanket term, but social engineering is the way I would do it.
Yes, like controlling the environment.
Right.
They've been pulling the same thing on us, man. Y'all better check out my lecture, man. The State of White Supremacy, and I got the other one coming up too. It's the State of White Supremacy Part Deux. Like French. Part Deux, D-U-E-X. Right? And y'all better check, it's coming soon. But I like to go into the psychology of the oppressor. And the psychology that the oppressor uses on us is like fear, different things like that. And then you looking at it on both sides as if the Democrats and the Republicans are two different sides. They're the same thing. They're the same people.
Right.
It just one is overt about racism. The other one is covert about racism. But at the end of the day, neither one of them want you having any power. So I think a lot of this stuff is just to make you, it's probably a goddamn government psyop because they want to make you sweat because you voted for Trump. Because black people were supporting Trump. So they said, what the hell with this? We go ahead and shut the damn government down and then let them go ahead and loot and steal and do all the other kind of stuff just to, push their chess piece, another part on the board. Because you got to understand, the oppressor is moving everybody like a chess piece. You know what I'm saying? And if we don't come together, we're going to continue to be the political football in America. And everybody can just do whatever the hell they want, make us do whatever the hell they want to do to ultimately, like the sister said, bring in something that'll shut the place down, bring in something that will further the negative connotation that's set forth on blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. You see what I'm saying? So the Bible teaches us how not to let them get over on us all the time. We shouldn't even be worried about that. Now, I get it if somebody is, old age, Social Security. And I remember we was talking about this off camera before class. There's some people out there that do need, food stamps. I totally get all of that. But the reality of it is you shouldn't even need food stamps. How we live in a country that, can give, billions of dollars to everybody else, but they can't seem to figure out how they can let somebody get some macaroni and cheese out the damn, where I used to work at, right? I used to work for, I used to drive trucks for this company called, what is the company called? Damn. Lidl. You ever heard of Lidl?
I go there almost.
You go there all the time, right? They got one down in Dover. Right. It's called Lidl. They have a chain of supermarkets. Now, they got them all up in New York, all of them in South Jersey, North Jersey, Delaware, all of that. So if y'all on the other side of the world, you probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about right now. But just think about any supermarket chain that's nearest to you, right? So I worked at the distribution center that supplied all of the supermarkets. Do you know that they have macaroni and cheese and everything that you would want in a supermarket collecting dust on a shelf? I'm talking pickles, olives, Alfredo sauce, spaghetti noodles, every single thing that you would ever need to put in your house to eat. They have it collecting dust. A lot of that stuff has cobwebs on it. You get my point? If they wanted to feed you, they would feed you. If they wanted to do it, they would. Go ahead.
Sir, if I could, what you're saying is heavy, because if they really wanted to give us the ability to feed ourselves, they wouldn't make it hard for Black people to be farmers.
Right.
Because at a certain point, a lot of Black people were farmers, and I believe they've reduced it into the single digits as far as percents are concerned. And then on top of that, you had said something heavy that caught my attention when you said both parties are pretty much the same. Mm-hmm. Even if we weren't able to intellectualize that they're the same, you can still feel it, because no matter who's in office, Black people are still suffering. Black people. So whether the food stamps stay or they get cut off, the Democrats could have passed something in law that made sure that never happened. Like if the government shuts down, there should have been provisions for the food stamps to keep going, because they're not going to let, the Israelis starve. They're not going to let, the people that, that they're in cahoots with in the different countries and making money from oil starve. But yet Black people are going to, are in fear of starving because they might not get food stamps. Whether we, go through hell or not when the food stamps get canceled is not the biggest thing. The biggest thing is the fact that nothing has been done to get us off food stamps and make us self-sufficient.
Right, because great point, because that's all we just been focusing on since civil rights. Not eating, not getting the military in place, not getting lands, none of that. All we've been focusing on with civil rights has been just trying to get white people to act right. Just please accept us. Please don't let us eat please let us eat in a restaurant without getting racially profiled. Please let us, fish in the neighborhood and not get, a Karen walk up to us.
Right.
You get my point? Like, that's all we've ever been focusing on. It's instead of just figuring out a way that we would never have to be put in a situation where we would have to worry about getting food to eat again. See what I'm saying? You see how far we behind in 2025? We're not even, do you see Polish people talking about this? It's like the biggest issue between Polish people or the Ukrainians, and a lot of the people that's even on, food stamps is like, what are they called? Arabs. What are those people that came? Afghans. All of them people that are here. A lot of those people are the ones that's, that's mainly on it. You know what I mean? But it's like the biggest issue in our community, because it's like they made it the biggest issue, and we can't let them do it, of course, because like the Bible said that we have to unify. We have to gather ourselves together, or we are going to die. All right. One thing real quick, I want to say before I forget, I saw this video this morning, and a guy said that food stamps are ran by the Department of Agriculture. The Department of Agriculture runs food stamps, right? And they give people food stamps, right? Now, when you go to a national park, it's ran by the Department of Interior, right? Now, when you go to a national park, what do they tell you? They tell you not to feed the animals. Why? The reason that they gave, the Department of Interior gave the explanation why they don't want you to feed the animals when you go into a national park. The reason why is because they said if you feed the animals, they will become dependent.
If I could,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I just wanted to point out a comment I had up there, and I had it up there for a little while. Nashima said, "Gifts definitely destroys the heart."
So in one aspect, they tell you don't feed the animals because the animals are going to become dependent on the people that's coming to the damn park. But on the other hand, they pass out food as if we're not going to get dependent on them.
Right.
And like I said, a gift destroys the heart. How can the government close down when Trump is constructing a new ballroom? Oh yeah. So what's happening is when the government shuts down, the president still is active. He can still do everything, and that's why I was like, it's so stupid why the Democrats would even shut the government down when, for one, it's gonna hurt their voter base, right? It's gonna hurt their voter base. And just because of their hatred for Trump so much that they're willing to let everybody starve. But I don't think that they're going to go through with it eventually. I believe that they're going to eventually, concede to Trump. And they're just doing political theater right now. But I don't think that they're going to let everybody starve. I think that I think that a lot of people are just jumping the gun about what the possibility of what could happen. But the thing that we should be doing is learning from this situation and figuring out how to not to put ourselves in this situation if this thing actually does get to where people are out here starving. You know what I mean? But before people are actually starving, I believe that the Democrats will go ahead and open the government up. But let me go ahead and get Psalms 133:1.
Kind out of one kind. And that was Psalms 133:1.
Yeah.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 133:1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
Right, unity. Remember I said unify. We got to be unified. We got brothers in the school. Captain Cotter's out doing the sprouts, the greens. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to. Brothers are gonna have to start getting on that type of stuff. Farming, getting little things going. You know what I mean? Like even in your backyard, you can get little stuff going. You could start to figure out how to put things into a deep freezer, right? How long are we gonna sit here and eat chicken wings and blue cheese and ranch? You know what I mean? And pizza and snacks and Pop-Tarts. You know what I mean? At some point, we're going to have to start figuring out what we can do to get ourselves in line with something to eat. You know what I mean? At some point, we're going to have to stop shooting at each other and learn how to goddamn go and hunt, how to fish, how to skin a goddamn deer, how to, skin a sheep. You know what I mean? So, it's going to come a time where we're going to have to start to learn these types of skills so that we can get back to being able to take care of ourselves. Go ahead.
Kind out of one kind. So what you're saying is absolutely right. And it's heavy because all that junk food that you just mentioned, there's studies that show that it disrupts your normal brain function and changes your mood just by all the chemicals that are in that food, because a lot of the chemicals that are in that food, like some of the stuff we're eating, is like literally like one of the things I couldn't believe was they put like I'm not even going to say what it is because it's ridiculous, but there's other chemicals that literally bind food up that you would use for like wood chips and stuff in your food, like in the cheeses and stuff like
like the Parmesan cheese and stuff. I know, man. My mom, like now that I know that, I remember my mom had put some on my spaghetti. I thought she was putting wood chips in my spaghetti. I was like, it's wood chips, Mom. It's just, it's like you got a good, nice plate of spaghetti, and somebody just come and pour some sawdust on it. Like,
right.
You gotta make this thing right. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, we definitely got to be, put in those situations where we can get back to nature. We just went out there. You know what I mean? We just went on a camping trip a couple of weeks ago on October the 10th, and we was out there. General Q was out there, and it's just the elements. You know what I mean? A tent. We was even out there in the rain. Brothers toughed it out in the rain. We was out there in the rain because guess what? It's going to be those times where we're going to have to be outside in the rain. Go ahead.
Salakia, you just reminded me. As far like what you were saying, like brothers might have to start finding other means of heating, their household. And one of the things we was doing was with the, the wood and all that. And I was figuring out last night, like even if the wood is wet or damp, how to get it going. I figured that out last night, exactly what I need to do. So the next time we're going to be on point. I figured it out.
Yeah. Like, those are the things that the leadership, I hate even saying that because black people have no leadership.
Right.
But the so-called leaders of America, of black people, they're supposed to be the ones that is supposed to be, working on these types of plans and working on these strategies on what's going to put us in the best possible position that we could ever be in. But they don't do that. You know why? Because they're worrying about materialistic stuff.
Right.
They're worrying about being in the Benz. I heard something from Juanita Bynum. She talking about God told her that 100 people is gonna give her $1,000. I was like, wow, 100 people, and if she get it, it's 100,000 right off the bat. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, and people and our people are so oh man, it's still falling for the whole pastor trick. You know what I mean? It's so disgusting. And that's why, it's important that brothers understand what we're doing here, because man, look, we already at the end of 2025 and it's only going to go downhill. America's never going to be back the way it was in the 1980s or the 70s or whatever the hell whatever time you thought that it wasn't as bad. It's never going back to that. You know what I mean? If you follow history and you have any sense of whatever happened to other prominent kingdoms, then you will know that America is going to take its place in history just as the rest of them, and it's going to be destroyed. All right, read it one more time so we can just get focused back in.
Kind out of one con. The book of Psalms, chapter 133 and verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
Any more on it? Well, that was it. All right, let me get Ecclesiasticus 25 and 1.
Kind out of one con.
Ecclesiasticus. Let me get there with you real quick. I got my old apocrypha back. This is the one that got everything marked out. All right, you got it. Whenever you're ready.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 25 and verse 1. In 3 things I was beautified and stood up beautiful both before God and men. The unity of brethren.
The what?
The unity of brethren. The love of neighbors. A man and a wife that agree together.
Okay, what does it say? The what? The love of what?
The love of neighbors.
All right. Okay. This is not talking about everybody.
Okay.
All right. Okay, let's go to let me see, Leviticus 19 and 17. Let's find out what neighbors is it talking about, because this is not talking about, because some of us live by white folks. Some of us live, around people that's not Israel. So we're going to find out who the neighbor that it's talking about when it says the love of neighbors, the unity of brethren, which would be the sisterin too, right? But also the love of neighbors. Let's find out who our neighbors are. Let me get Leviticus 19 and 17, if you could.
This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt.
Hold on, you muted.
Locky. This is the book of Leviticus, chapter 19 and verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor.
Right. So rebuke means like you want to correct your neighbor if there was something wrong. If it was an issue, you could correct your brother. Right. Go ahead.
And not suffer sin upon him. Verse 18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Uh-huh.
I am the Lord.
Right. So with this is the brother, your neighbors are any one of your people. That's your neighbor that it's talking about. It's not talking about, the man from Russia that live next door or the Afghanis who live next door to you, right? It's talking about your brothers. All right. Boom. Let's drop that. Let's go to Hebrews 10 and 24.
Khan out of one Khan.
I ain't gonna hold y'all all night.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10 and verse 24.
Uh-huh.
And let us consider one another to provoke unto love.
And say that one more time.
And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, any more?
Verse 25. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together.
Say that one more time.
Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together.
There you go, man. Like the Bible is telling us what we need to do to get over this EBT problem, to get over, we at this point, this kind of stuff should not even be. We shouldn't even be surprised. You know what? You know why we're not even worried about this kind of stuff until it comes up? Because we're too busy in the VIP. We in the VIP section. We standing on couches popping bottles. We having bottle wars where we just buy liquor to pour out against another group of niggas. You get my point? You know about the bottle wars. You heard of that, right?
Khan out of one Khan.
That's why we're not even worried about this, because we're worrying about hair. We're worrying about crab legs. We're worrying about going 50-50. That's what the hell we worried about. We worried about goddamn women on podcasts who say they need a nigga that got $1 million already. See what I'm saying? But as soon as them benefits get closed off, now we want to start panicking. When we shouldn't even be panicking at this point. We should already know full well what the hell the government is about. We worrying about if the earth is flat. Who the hell cares if the earth is flat? If EBT gets cut off, I don't think nobody's going to give a goddamn what's going on in Antarctica. If you ain't got no damn food in the refrigerator. So all I'm trying to do is help us focus back in so that we don't have to keep being stupid. We don't have to keep being the political football that just keeps getting thrown back and forth, right? The Bible shows us what we need to be doing. All we got to do is take heed to it and put it to work. All right. Let me read it one more time. Hebrews 10 and 24.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10 and verse 24. And let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works. Verse 25. Not forsaking the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching.
Right. Like, because we understand this, man. One thing that we should understand is that going to the club is not coming together. All right. This is talking about us coming together in the spirit of unity, right? With one faith, one baptism, one body. That's how we're going to be able to overcome in the times where things are going to get hard, right? They haven't got the way that the way that it's supposed, that it's going to get. You know what I mean? Everybody's panicking because everybody's fat. A lot of people are fat, man. You know what I mean? We sitting up here under the oppressor. We fat. The rest of the world looks at us like we're the closest to the oppressor, right? We fat. We sitting up here. You know what I mean? We eating good. You know what I mean? We selling the food stamps. we selling them joints. Yeah. We've been sitting good on the Section 8. Sitting good. Sisters don't even, they independent, right? You got sisters on Section 8 talking about they ain't going 50-50 with a nigga. Right? Right. Everybody doing good. Everybody fat. Everybody eating. Niggas spending $2,500 to go into the VIP section, getting a section with 3 bottles. You paying $2,500, so you can go up in the club and appear to be like you getting it, and the women be right up in there too, drinking all your liquor, right? But when they say, man, look, man, the government shut down, man, you know, it might not be nothing. Now here we go. All right. What you had? You had the one to put something up there?
I was going to put the verse next to you, but I can't get it the right way, so I'll just leave it.
Oh, okay. No sweat. Do me a favor, right? Give me, who was one that I wanted? Let me get Ephesians 4:3.
Kind of one kind.
Ephesians 4:3, man.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4 and verse 3.
Hold on 1 second. Let me 1 second. I want to get there with you real quick.
Kind of one kind.
Let me see. Ephesians 4. All right, you got it. You got it.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4 and verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
Endeavoring to keep the unity
Mm-hmm.
of the spirit in the bond of peace.
The endeavoring. What does that mean?
And endeavoring, if I could, is like work. I can look up the exact definition.
Yeah, could you, if you don't mind?
One kind.
It says the endeavor, man. We got to endeavor.
All right, endeavor. Try hard to achieve something. Let me get a better definition. That
Try
was
hard to achieve something.
Webster's. Let me get Merriam-Webster's.
So we're trying hard to, like I said, endeavoring to keep the unity. So we got to try hard at keeping the unity of the spirit in the bond of peace, right? So when we come together, we got to have peace with each other, right? I don't know about y'all, man, but I just can't even do it no more. Like, I'm fed up. I'm fed up with every single stupid thing that is that's just there for distraction. I mean, every other YouTube channel is about niggas snitching. Like who the hell cares about niggas snitching? If you're not a criminal, then you ain't gotta worry about it. You got niggas that ain't even doing nothing in the streets getting mad about niggas snitching. That's it. I mean, grown men, 40-something years old, still acting like children. Because you know what it is? It's rap music, right? I don't want to sound old, but in rap music, you never really grow past 20, 22, 23. A lot of people, they you don't really, I mean, like now you get some people that kind of grow past rap, you know, like people that has been successful, like, you know, people that, you know, went on to be moguls and different things like that. But when it really comes down to it, man, the culture of rap music is just a young man's game. So it prioritizes youth. And when we try to hold to those standards, you know, we end up being old dudes that's sitting out here acting like the YNs. And this is why it's important, man, that we get ourselves together. And like a lot of this stuff, I can't even. What's going on, man? You made it here.
Yeah, it was acting a little crazy, but
you got here though. That brother is determined. That's what it boils down to, man. It boils down to a nothing burger. Like, think about it, right? I tell you, I get so just, I don't know, Kohal. I just be done. Like when I'm scrolling on this is how I scroll. I scroll, and then I might see a chick looking at, you know how sometimes it'll start the auto play. I see a chick and she looked like she about to turn around and shake her behind. I just keep scrolling. When I go and I see somebody, oh man, I'm beefing, I just scroll. Oh man, the earth is flat. I just scroll. You know what I mean? Because I just be like, They be like, oh man, you know my team, the football. I just scroll. Go ahead.
If I could, everything you're saying is just, it's happening all at once in my mind, because I keep seeing the snitching stuff with Young Thug, this, that, and the fourth. I see the other stuff with you know, the women on the internet. But one of the biggest things I keep seeing is what you had mentioned earlier about how, what I think you phrased it like, women don't want to go 50-50, and you know, pretty much, you know, it seems like it's something like it's something that's more than just them having these thoughts. It seems like, because I just saw Summer Walker like literally this morning. If I could read you a couple things that she said, you know who Summer Walker is?
Yeah, I know who she is.
All right, so Summer Walker, she's an R&B singer, and I'll read what the AI overview says, because while you said that, I searched it. It says recent social media clips show R&B singer Summer Walker stating that she uses men for their money in what she describes as a temporary business transaction in multiple clips that were posted October 25th. She's calling men providers, and that it's saying that she's not attracted to them anymore, stating that she will bleed them dry financially, and advising other women to do the same.
Yeah. All while, you know, I mean, because, you know, that's the type of thing that gets celebrated in this kingdom right now. You know, you got Cardi B bent over twerking while she got a baby. I used to always think that happened, like when a woman was pregnant, it was like there was a certain level of respect you had for a woman. You know what I mean? Like if you was on a public transportation, you would get up out your seat if a pregnant woman walked on the bus or the train and she didn't have nowhere to sit. You would get up, because that was the right thing to do. That was the appropriate thing to do in those situations, because you looked at a woman who was pregnant as this woman was of a higher standard. You get my point? Not saying like, you know, I'm just saying just the point of you not knowing who she was personally. But if you saw a woman that was pregnant and all the seats was taken up, you would get up and be like, oh yeah, go ahead and have the seat, sis. You know, go ahead and sit down. You good? You need anything? You see what I'm saying? You would always you always had that level. Society always had that level of respect. And you just see now it's just, you know, you got women that'll just go ahead and smoke and still turn up, be smoking hookah and everything, just pregnant like a mug. You know what I mean? Then your kid come out and, you know, they got some sort of, you know, issue, then, you know, or, you know, some sort of affliction. And then they wonder how it got there. Now it's the Tylenol, right? But what about all the hookah and the liquor that you was drinking while you was pregnant? The turn up. I seen a video. The girl was like, her song was "Wait Till I Have This Baby." You know, she was literally pregnant. She was rapping. She was, you know, they be having the microphone come down and they be just out and doing something, and she's out there talking about "Wait Till I Have This Baby." Like that's where it got. And then Summer Walker. I mean, I don't want to sound old, you know what I'm saying? But when I was younger, man, you know, I mean, the R&B singers had a little bit of class, I would say. I mean, I don't know about their personal life, but you know, they had a little bit of, you know, of class to some degree. You know what I mean? You didn't see it all out there in you know, the way that it is now. And I'm not saying that they wasn't doing those things. Of course, they was probably doing those things behind closed doors, but I guess that's better than just doing it all out in the open like that without any shame, right? But Summer Walker is for the concrete. That's why it'd be so crazy, because people be thinking that just because a person can sing and they get a hit song, somehow they're better than everybody. No, she just has money. That's it. People go to her shows and they listen to her music because she's good at doing music. It's not like she should tell us who we should vote for. It's not, you know, she shouldn't give us, you know, financial advice, right? She shouldn't be able to teach us, you know, what we need to do to make our family unit better. You know, I mean, she got kids that's what? Ain't they all under 4? Something like that? Like 3 of them. Yeah. Now, if she wasn't Summer Walker, she would just be THOT, that hoe over there. You get my point? But because, you know, she got a little money, now she'll be at the presidential, you know, the Democratic National Convention trying to tell us that we should vote for Kamala Harris. You get my point? Like, this is the game that's been played on our people, and the only way it's going to stop is until it's not going to stop until we grow up. And that's what the truth does. You know what the truth does? I figured it out, Quahal. The Bible, everything, it makes us normal. Normal people. That's what it's supposed to make you. Like, you know how like you know how you wonder, you be like, damn, how can the Chinese people come together the way they do? They don't got the Bible. The East Indians, you like, damn, how they come together? They don't got the Bible. They worship Shiva. You know what I mean? They worship chakras and all that kind of stuff. They don't give a damn about what's in the King James Bible. You get my point? But somehow they got amazing brotherhood. Somehow the Arabs got amazing brotherhood and they worship a rock. So how don't we have amazing brotherhood and sisterhood? It's because we're abnormal. Because of slavery, because of our lack of keeping the commandments, we have become abnormal people. We don't perceive reality the way that everybody else perceives reality because we're abnormal. We're like a white rat, you know, like a white mouse. You know, if that mouse goes around any other mice, this is a strange. If the other mice look at it, they're like, that's a strange looking mice right there. That's a strange looking mouse. He's white with red eyes, you know, like that's how we become. But the Bible makes us normal,
right?
Because it's normal to have brotherhood. Why is it not? It's normal to prefer your brother over everybody else. It's normal for us to do business with each other. It's normal not to hate on each other. It's normal to be able to come together so we can get some food so we don't got to go on TikTok and Instagram and just send out threats about what we're going to do if the damn system gets shut down. See what I'm saying? Like that's what the Bible is supposed to do. A lot of us been in school for what? 10 years, 5 years, 20 years, right? But what is it here to do? To make you normal, functioning like everybody else. So guess what? You know, when you're around white folks, right? I could be around white folks, but guess what? I ain't gonna trust you. I ain't gonna bring you in my house. My daughter ain't gonna marry you. You get my point? I'm gonna fully well understand that you were the devil that the Bible speaks about. And guess what? I can come in the morning and say, good morning, how you doing? Hey man, what did you do this weekend, man? How was everything going? How was your weekend? And I'll just be like, oh, it was cool. When I was really out on the damn corner saying the white man was the devil all weekend, all Saturday. You get my point? But I don't have to come and compromise my integrity just to be around other nations. And that's what the Bible does. It makes you a regular damn person. And that's what we need to be out here. Regular people. And we'll be fine. Right? Let me get 1 Corinthians 1:10.
Count out of one kind.
Oh, my bad. Salakia. Damn, I did have some more on Ephesians 4:3, but we can move on. We can move on. I think everybody get the point. I want to hold everybody on one point.
First Corinthians 1:10. This is the book of First Corinthians, chapter 1, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord, Yahushua Mashiach.
That's right.
That ye all speak the same thing.
Uh-huh.
And that there be no division among you.
Right. We're supposed to be speaking the same damn thing. We saying that we should separate. We got other people saying that we don't need to separate. You got some of us saying, man, we need to start putting our food together. We need to start having sisters cook again. Right. What's wrong with going in there and learning how to make some damn rice? Right? The sisters, and look, there are sisters out here that cook. There's sisters out here that do what they supposed to do. So let me put that out there as a disclaimer. You know what I mean? So that I don't offend any of the sisters that do, right? But, however, there's a lot of women out here, and it's not their fault. It's the parents' fault, their mom's fault. You know why? Because their mom was just trying to turn up. Her mom was in a damn VIP section, standing on the couches, and she wasn't home. And now that young girl, now she's a woman now, and she don't know how to take care of a man. She don't know how to cook, right? And these are the things that we're going to have to get back to, right? I'm trying to tell you, you know, shrimp and all that stuff, that's pretty expensive, you know, to eat some roaches. It's pretty expensive. So we're going to have to get back to, you know, making some chicken, making a nice big pot of spaghetti, you know, doing that type of thing to make it stretch. Every day you hitting up DoorDash every single day. That's how you get by. The DoorDash people know who you are. Oh. you ordering from you. Hey, look, you ordering from Olive Garden. You know what I mean? In the morning, you order breakfast from Fridays and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we gonna have to, you know, tighten up our goddamn belt buckle. Right? That's the only thing that can happen. But then also we got to understand too, this very well could be the beginning of the changing of how we think about our food. You know what I mean? The food issue. That's what this should be bringing to the forefront. Our food issue. How we're going to eat. The Lord, you know, the Lord could be doing this to free us of having to look to our oppressor for every goddamn thing. But you know what we doing? We fighting to go back to the flesh pots. We fighting to go back to Egypt. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that everything is necessarily a bad thing in every situation, because this could be the Lord trying to free us from the oppressor. So now we can start coming together like, okay, you know how to grow greens. All right, you know how to grow some yams. All right, you can do some lettuce. You can do some spinach. We can start figuring this thing out. And we can start getting and rebuilding. We can start rebuilding ourselves back to where we're supposed to be. You get my point? That's what we're supposed to be doing. Figuring out how to network, how to work with these farmers, how to work with those farmers, how to be able to have partnerships with the commercial brands like Walmart. You get my point? Like, that's what we should be doing, strategizing, seeing how can we be able to move the needle forward and not give a damn about no damn SNAP benefits, right? We supposed to already have that anyway. You know, like when we already supposed to have a social security system set up for black people. We already supposed to have that. We always had that in Israel. You know about that, right? About widows, you know, the things we would take care of with widows and stuff like that. We would take care of our own because we knew how to do it. But we get here and we just forgot every damn thing. So now we grown ass YNs now. Salaki for my language. Now we some grown YNs now. And it's gonna have to stop. We ain't got no choice. That's the only way this is going to change, is by coming together. Read that one more time.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 10. Mm-hmm. Now I beseech you, brethren, by the name of our Lord, Yahushua Mashiach, that ye all speak the same thing.
The what?
The same thing.
The same thing. What else?
And that there be no divisions among you, but that ye be perfectly joined together in the same mind.
And the what?
In the same mind.
And what else?
And in the same judgment.
Right. The way we look at things, it's all supposed to be the same. How has everybody got ops now? Maybe you can answer that. Right? Because he what, 19? Why has everybody got ops? I remember I was telling you before, like, people be like, yo, I got ops. Then I look on their Instagram or something and they work at goddamn Walgreens. You work at Walgreens. Oh, what kind of ops you got? The people that work at CBS? Because what do you got time for? You ain't got time for ops. You're supposed to be working, stocking them shelves, you know, putting them damn chips and cookies up there on the damn counter. On the shelves. But, it's like we made it popular to have people that hate you, right? Like that kind of stuff is like, we got to just get past all of that. Because at the end of the day, man, none of it matters. I always say it, man. None of this stuff really matters that much, right? All that matters is us coming together, enjoying each other. You know what I mean? Being in the same mind, dwelling in unity. The rest of the stuff don't even matter. I don't give a damn how bad the beef seem now. 20 years from now, who gonna be beefing, man? You see a lot of these people, man. You see, Chris, like a lot of these people that's making amends now. Like you know who Fat Joe is, and 50 Cent, right? Yeah, Fat Joe and 50 Cent, they was beefing at one time. You was a kid. You don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But they was beefing. It was real. They went to the streets. Guess what? They all doing podcasts now. The time heals a lot of stuff, man. And a lot of times, a lot of things that we think is just so important, it really don't be important. In 100 years, we ain't gonna be here. I know at least I ain't, because if I live to be another 100 years, I'll be, hold on, let me see. 1, carry 2.
Yeah.
Carry the 2. I'll just be 144 years old. I won't even be that old. You know what I'm saying? But, and it's not gonna matter. Because guess what? Somebody else gonna be living in my crib. If you let it go, he gonna let it go. He gonna sell that. He gonna sell my crib as soon as he get it inherited. He gonna be like, well, might as well just go in and sell it. So that's gonna be that, right? And somebody else is gonna be living in that crib, and it's just gonna keep going on. The cars that you had is gonna be in the junkyard somewhere. Your clothes is gonna be thrown in the trash. Nothing's gonna matter. That's why I'm saying life is about the times we get to chill and laugh, the times we get to have a drink with each other and laugh. That's about as good as life gets right there. Literally, no matter what you think life can be. Life can be, you can buy all the stuff you want, but nothing is gonna compare to when we get together and we make jokes and we crack jokes. We crack jokes on each other.
Right.
We crack jokes about things. We laugh. Go ahead.
You're absolutely right, sir, because it's a lot of people who are filthy rich and they don't have people around them that they can trust. And a lot of the times they're alone. And all those toys and gadgets that they have, they don't got anybody to share with. I can't remember what movie it was, but I didn't get it when I was a kid. It was an old movie. It was like probably from the 70s, maybe the 60s. And it was like this brother, and he was like, what good is having everything in the world if you have nobody to share with? It's an old movie that my parents was watching. And I remember all the times, like even like I know we keep mentioning camping trip, but those are some of the greatest times that our children are going to look back and remember, like, yeah, we were out here doing this with this, that, and the fourth. I'm imitating my son's voice, but then I'm out there with the Akim, the Adawanyam, we having fun, drinking around the fire, eating good food, laughing, having fun. Those times, need to be cherished, because having all the money in the world, like, what's the point of having a Lamborghini? You don't got nobody in your life you can trust, nobody in your life you can be with that'll help you out, this, that, and the fourth that you can laugh with, like a brother. Like I believe every man wants a brother in his life. And when you come to the truth, you get that. Right.
That's really all it is. You know what I mean? Life is about that's as good as life gets right there. The time when we get together and we have a good time and we laugh and we talk about stuff. We joke on each other. You know what I mean? When sisters get together and they have a good time and they laugh, that's about as good as life gets right there. You know how I know? Because what do? We get on planes and we travel to go to a barbecue so that we can get together and we can laugh. You see what I'm saying? We get on planes, we go over here just to go over there so we can get together and laugh and drink and talk. That's as good. That's what life is right there. It moves everything. Being with people and that you enjoy is as good as life gets. That's it. The rest of it is here. You know what I mean? But the brotherhood and sisterhood is right here, and that's all everybody is even ever trying to be able to obtain. You know what I mean? Even like people that's in gangs, they just want brotherhood. You join a cops, you want to join a brotherhood. If you become a fraternity, you want to join a brotherhood. If you want a sorority, you want to join a sisterhood. That's all it ever is about, is brotherhood and sisterhood, because that's the best part of life, right? I'm gonna get let me see. This got a couple more. Let me see. Let's go. How could I forget? Let's go Deuteronomy 28 and 16. Bedrock. What the chat looking like?
It's looking good. I think somebody's asking for everybody to get the likes up. Most High in Christ. We still got 21 people in there.
That's right, man. I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? I sure do. Because you could have been anywhere tonight. But you're here learning about brotherhood and sisterhood and these damn SNAP benefits, man. All right. I just got one more. Let me see. 2 more scriptures and then we're going to get up out of here. All right. I won't hold everybody tonight. Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 16.
Uh-huh.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Uh-huh.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
All we got to do is we got to realize this, right? When it says that cursed and all of that, you don't want to just think of it like, okay, the Lord just put us in this situation. No, the Lord didn't put us in this situation. We put ourselves in this situation because we didn't want to listen to the Lord. It's just like if I tell you, man, you might want to not go up there and mess around with those dudes up there. They seem like some pretty shady characters. You might not want to go chill. You might not want to go mess with those dudes. And then you go and do it anyway. And then you get robbed. Is it my fault or is it yours? It's yours, right? When I tell you, yo, man, I don't think you need to mess with that sister, man. She seemed like she kind of crazy. And you just disregard all the red flags. Did I put you in a situation or did you put yourself in a situation? So when we're cursed in the city, the reason that we're cursed in the city is because we want to keep continuing to wait on white folks. We want to keep continuing to vote for things that is going to be against our own best interests, right? You know why the projects is there? Because we voted for it. You know why the cops is in black neighborhoods? Because we voted for them to be there. We kicked and screamed until the cops came into the neighborhood. That's why they're there, because we work against our own best interests, right? Keep reading.
Khan out of one Khan. Verse 17. Cursed shall be thy basket.
The what?
Thy basket.
The what?
Thy basket.
That is what? What goes in a basket?
Food.
Food. So we're going to be even cursed in the basket, right? That's the EBT right there. We're going to be cursed in the basket. The stuff that we will put into the basket is going to be cursed. And what else?
And thy store.
And the store, right? So we're cursed in what's going to even go in the basket. And we don't even got no black businesses that we could even go to. Where's the black supermarkets at? Why we gotta go? Why we gotta go there? Why we, you know what I mean? If we had black supermarkets everywhere and we took control of our food, then those black supermarkets could make provisions to make sure that people ate while, the shutdown was going on, right? I told you I worked at Lidl, the distribution center. It's food that has cobwebs on it. Some of the food they throw away because it's been in the damn stand. You know, they got like shelves that go all the way up to the sky. And you know, like you ever seen those they like not pallet jacks, but they like forklifts, where the forklift go all the way up there and then it goes in. He's like, the guy's down here guiding it in. He got to do that type of thing. And then he pulling stuff down from way up there in the top of the damn ceiling. Go ahead.
Salaki, I was just gonna say, I've been to Lidl a couple of times, and I went to get some lamb, and I guess they waited too long to get it from that warehouse because I had to return it because it smelled like disgusting. It was rotten.
Yeah, they got milk, they got eggs as far as you can see. They got eggs, milk, water, toilet paper. They got all that stuff as far as you can see. And then people be in the street fighting over it. In the store fighting over toilet paper. They got, you know, the reason why you fighting over toilet paper is because they want you to fight over toilet paper. That's why I say everything is just a big government psyop, man, because if they really wanted you to have a TV, you know, they have warehouse. I've been to a warehouse. I took a picture of it. I went to a warehouse. They got TVs, I'm talking from 32 inches up to 100 and something inches, that is from here all the way to the back, stacked to the ceiling. But guess what? On Black Friday, what everybody gonna do? Right? Suplexing people for a TV.
Right.
If they really wanted to have more TVs out there, they could have more TVs out there. They're just not going to put them out there because they want you to bust through the door. They want you to rip the damn door off the hinges so that you can get the sale. That's what they want you to do. They want you to go and fight with some old white lady, right? She throwing them things on her because you need that TV. See what I'm saying? How they play the game on us? They play us, man. And that's why I say, man, you know, we can't allow ourselves to keep being played because things are only going to get worse. And if we're not on point, we're going to keep continuing to fail. Go ahead.
If I could, and I'll probably try to cover this in my class, but like everything that you're saying, I wish everybody would just hold on to, because we keep getting tricked. And one of the brothers has sent me something about something that just happened.
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty much talking about a crash that happened and with a truck, some monkeys infected with hepatitis, COVID, a whole bunch of diseases escaped. You got another news outlet saying that actually didn't happen. But then when you look, I'm like, well, why is there two different news outlets giving two different informations? And why do I think that this feels like a distraction? So I just go, you know what? Let me just look up Israel real quick. Israel just launched a strike at Gaza just now, and that seems like a distraction. And we keep on going for stuff to where, like, just in social media, we're going with what's popular.
Mm-hmm.
The headline of monkeys escaping and being aggressive, if I can I just read you what it says? The water, sir, because this is ridiculous. I've never seen a headline like this in my life. Fox 13 in Memphis says, truck carrying aggressive monkeys infected with hepatitis, herpes, and let me see what else. And I guess I can't really read the rest of it because once I go into the article, I think the article's been amended. But I'm just starting to notice that we keep getting distracted with, like, just like you said, we keep getting distracted with all this stuff. And there's real life events that are going on outside of this country that are going to affect us. And we should be prepared for that. But instead, we worrying about snitches. We worrying about, women saying that they don't like men and they going to bleed them for all their money. We worrying about, the Democrats and food stamps. And really, we should worry about making sure that we come back to the Lord and don't have to worry about these curses.
Exactly.
We should worry about stocking our food up. So when this oppressor snatches his, that hand back from us, that we're prepared and we don't just actually starve when it actually does really happen.
Yeah. Yep. That's a fact. And that's a great point. And that's why I got to, come right back up in there, you know what I'm saying? Because I know you dropped something heavy too, you know what I'm saying? And that's why I say you absolutely, this is why we have to get ourselves together. We got to put these drugs down. We got to put the things down that is not important to us, so that we can be able to be put in our best possible position that the Lord wants us to be in. All right. So with that being said, man, I guess I'll end it right there. You know what I mean? Because I want everybody to have a good night tonight. I want everybody to come back next week, and you know, and we're gonna get into this brotherhood and sisterhood. You know, pay attention to what's going on out there. You know what I mean? The oppressor is the devil, still the devil that the Bible speaks of. You know what I'm saying? And don't ever forget that. And then remember that the scriptures and everything that we go through, it makes us what? Normal, like everybody else.
Right.
All right. And once we're normal, we'll be over everybody. You know what I mean? And with that being said, man, I'm gonna turn the class over to Priest and Officer Quahal.
Son of Christ. I'm gonna just turn the camera to where it needs to be, and I'm gonna hop right up there, sir. All right, that should be too long.
All right, this is the ISUPK security announcements.
I'm telling you now, man, you need to open the
Oh, it's my bad. So like,
Rules for new brothers and new sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the heads. Tithes, which is a commandment that can be found in Numbers 18 and 21, and also Malachi 3, 8 through 10. In the Hebrew, it means ma'ashra, which is 10% of every increase the Lord gives you. Also, we do have a free offering or a priest fund, which is not mandatory, but it is greatly appreciated. Up and coming holy convocations that we have coming up is the, let me see.
Feast of Dedication.
The Feast of Dedication, Most High Christ, that is Sunday, December the 14th, 2025 at sundown. All right. Also, if you want to be a trooper in the school, remember to wear all black boots, pants, shirt, and headband. And with that being said, men of Israel, Amijah, which means to stand. Amijah Shabbat, Amijah, Barak.
Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua Barakatah.
Yajmatah, we're going to SAR. We're going to turn and give the sisters a courtesy salute. Sisters, you can stand. Men of Israel, Amijah Shabbat, Amijah, Barak.
Yahweh Shema Alathon Ba'ashem Yahushua.
Yajmatah, class dismissed.